Unique homes, uniquely placed, uniquely yours. Service tailored to your lifestyle. A global network like no other. Exceptional heritage. Pioneering expertise. Every home is one of a kind. Like you, like us. Discover your one of one. Sotheby's International Realty.
Recently, the National Capital Region Transport Corporation, which is NCRTC, announced that the trial runs for the Rapid Rail Transit System or RRTS, also known as Namo Bharat, in Delhi is slated to begin by November this year. Now, this comes as a welcome news for the National Capital Region and Delhi in particular, which is ranked 44th most congested city globally with an average travel time of over 21 minutes to cover just 10 kilometers in the capital. Now, NCRTC is spearheading this RRTS project with the aim to enhance connectivity and also lessen congestion across NCR. It is a collaborative effort between the Government of India and the states of Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, and of course is designed to make travel faster and smoother. On the urban agenda, we bring you the latest developments on the rapid rail transport system and ask how economical, sustainable and integrated is Namo Bharat. Here's a quick look at the progress made so far. The new Ashok Nagar Namo Bharat station in Delhi is nearing completion. It is expected that the trial run for about 12 km section from Sahibabad to New Ashok Nagar will start from November. Once operational, the system will enable seamless travel between Ashok Nagar and Meerut South RRTS station in about 35 to 40 minutes. Now, the RRTS stretch from Delhi or in Delhi includes the Sarai Kale Khan, New Ashok Nagar and Anand Vihar RRTS stations. The Delhi section is expected to be operational. So remember, trial runs in November but fully operational by mid-2025. If you recall, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had flagged off the first 17 kilometers of Namo Bharat rapid rail from Sahibabad to the High Depot in UP in October 2023. Since then, there's been progress. Namo Bharat train services are being operated on 9 stations over a 42-kilometer stretch from Sahibabad to Meerut South. Now, joining us on the show, Mr. Shalabh Goel, MD of NCRTC, to give us more details. Sir, let me start by asking you, so this is a tentative deadline, operational by mid-2025, the Delhi segment, and are we on track with the original timeline, sir, as well?
Yes, ma'am. We are very much in line with the original timelines, and by June 25, we are going to commission the complete section right from Sarai Kale Khan to Modipuram, which would include the Delhi portion also, which means Anand Vihar station, New Ashok Nagar station, and the Sarai Kale Khan station.
So, what has been the ridership on the current operational 42-kilometer stretch of Namo Bharat from Sahibabad to Meerut and return? You know, because there were concerns initially on the fare cost, 110 rupees for standard class and 220 for the premium class one way.
The ridership is constantly showing an increase, and once we get the complete connection right up to Sarai Kale Khan, then the ridership is definitely going to increase. But in spite of all that, the ridership has been increasing. And right now, like we opened this Modi Nagar to Meerut section quite recently. There was a jump of ridership by about, say, almost to the extent of 40-45%. So the ridership is somewhere around 20 to 23,000 right now. And on days, it has gone to even up to 30,000. But it is definitely showing a very steady rise. I can say that.
Well, the trains were expected to run daily from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. at a frequency of every 15 minutes. Are you running it at the frequency planned, and what is the actual time taken between these two stations? Are you able to maintain speeds of above 100 kilometers per hour? I know that RRTS can go up to 160 kilometers per hour.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. As planned earlier, we are running services from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and they are running at a frequency of 15 minutes. And moreover, if you see the design speed of this rolling stock, it is 180 kmph and the operating speed is 160 kmph. The average speed comes to somewhere around 90-95 kmph. So, and we are able to, whatever we had conceived, we are going strictly as per that plan. And Like this Sarai Kale Khan to Modipuram is 82 kilometers, sorry. So we are going to achieve it in 1 hour or so.
So the first RRTS corridor, Delhi, Ghaziabad, Meerut, was sanctioned way back in March 2019, and that time the costs were roughly 30,250 to 74 crores. Have there been any cost overruns or budgetary adjustments made during the development of phase 1?
No, ma'am, not yet, not so far, and more or less we are in line.
Mr. Goel, tell our audience on how rapid rail transport will integrate with the existing metro, e-buses or even regular buses and other public transport network in the NCR region to ensure seamless connectivity?
This is a very, very relevant, important question you've asked. And right from day one when this NCRTC was conceived, one important aspect we had kept in mind was the multimodal integration. And that involved multimodal integration with Indian Railways, with the metro network, with the bus network, and the exact requirement what our commuters wanted. So a very, very sort of a seamless kind of a transportation system has been kept at all the interchange stations. For example, at Sarai Kale Khan, the Nizamuddin railway station is at a distance of say about 300 meters from from our station. So we are building a FOB on which we are also providing a travelator. Normally, travelators we do not provide in the metro system, but for in this RRTS system we are providing travelators, which would mean that this 300 meters journey would be very, very convenient and easy for our commuters. So this kind of effort we are doing, and this kind of effort is not only at Sarai Kale Khan. Similarly, at almost all the stations which lie in Delhi area or in UP area, we are doing the same. To add to this, let me just the ticketing system we are also trying to integrate. For example, we have done a MOU with the IRCTC, which is doing ticketing system for Indian Railways. So this means that on the IRCTC website, one can book the NCRTC tickets as well, which means that if a passenger is coming from Varanasi to Delhi, he can book his ticket of Indian Railways from Varanasi to Nizamuddin, for example, and from Sarai Kale Khan to Modipuram, he can that ticket can be booked of NCRTC as well from IRCTC website. Another thing is that we have done a MOU with the Delhi Metro DMRC, which means from their app, our tickets, NCRTC tickets could be booked, and from NCRTC web app, DMRC tickets could be booked. So this kind of a complete system integration we are trying to do.
So we do know that NCRTC is planning to install 900 solar panels in rainwater harvesting systems at the new Ashok Nagar station in Delhi. Can you run us through the sustainability initiatives that have been taken so far on other stations? And I've read on the website that you actually are going to be carbon negative. That's the goal. So give us a flavor of that.
Ma'am, our immediate goal is to set up 11 megawatt solar power system rooftop. Besides that, we are also going ahead with setting up a captive solar power plant. Lot of emphasis has been given on water recycling, on natural lighting, solar tubes. For example, our Duhai depot, where we maintain our train sets, we are providing solar tubes, which means we are saving on the electricity and natural lighting system is being given a lot of emphasis. So these are some of the steps we are trying to do. And in our offices, we have provided automatic sensors for the occupancy so that when a person is not there, the lights are switched off. So there's a lot of emphasis on saving of electricity and reducing the carbon footprints. And moreover, the RRTS, by setting up of RRTS, about it was estimated in DPR that about 1 lakh vehicles would go off the road. So that would be a great saving in terms of carbon dioxide emissions.
Mr. Goel, when this plan was conceived under the NCR Planning Board, Rapid Metro was meant to run on the peripheries as a ring around NCR and take traffic away from Delhi. There are transport experts who say that, in the new avatar or the current format, it will really bring more people to Delhi. Therefore, the traffic on Delhi roads is not likely to come down. What are you expecting as tangible changes in traffic patterns post completion of phase 1?
Oh yes, most definitely. You see, once Modipuram gets connected to Delhi, so people, I foresee that people who are right now living in Delhi at very costly property prices, they would be moving towards Modipuram because they can come to Delhi in 1 hour or so. So why stay in a costly property area where the property prices is so high in Delhi? Instead, the person would prefer to stay in Meerut or towards Modipuram or towards Ghaziabad. And the offices also, the commercial spaces office rent also is very high in Delhi as compared to what is there in Modipuram or Meerut. So I expect that the big corporates also, they are going to move away from Delhi towards Ghaziabad and Meerut and Modipuram side. So congestion definitely is going to be reduced in Delhi. This is what I foresee, and as we had planned earlier.
Okay, now beyond phase 1, what is the long-term vision for Namo Bharat Rapid Rail, sir?
Ma'am, if you see the complete planning for the country, the metros are there for with the travel within the city, intra-city travel. The regional rail is normally it's a spoke and hub model, which is going to serve the center, the hub, for around 100 kilometers around the radius of that hub. And beyond 100 kilometers, normally it would be Indian Railways. So the country is progressing on those lines only, and as I foresee that not only in NCR area but in other parts of the country, the regional rails are going to definitely come up. And as far as NCR region is concerned, 2 more corridors are under consideration, and we are under deliberations with the ministry. And this is Delhi, Sarai Kale Khan, Dharuhera, and Alwar corridor. Another is Sarai Kale Khan to Panipat corridor. Then we have done a feasibility study for Ghaziabad, Jewar section. And we are also doing a pre-feasibility study for Gurugram, then this Faridabad, and connecting Noida. So several such things are in the offing, and definitely I am sure that the commuters and the citizens of the country are going to benefit with coming of regional rail systems.
Mr. Goel, thank you very much for making time to speak with us.
Thank you so much.
Now, staying with clean green transportation, the Cabinet this week has also approved the PM E-Drive scheme with an outlay of 10,900 crore rupees over the next 2 years. More on that when we return.
Unique homes, uniquely placed, uniquely yours. Service tailored to your lifestyle. A global network like no other. Exceptional heritage. Pioneering expertise. Every home is one of a kind. Like you, like us. Discover your one of one. Sotheby's International Realty.
For cities struggling with traffic and pollution, every move by the government to encourage clean mobility is a hugely welcome one. Now, Union Cabinet has this week approved the PM E-Drive scheme, allocating 10,900 crore rupees over 2 years to promote electric mobility in India and accelerate the adoption of EVs. Now, these subsidies will go towards encouraging the purchase of electric two-wheelers, three-wheelers, e-ambulances and e-trucks. The scheme has also allocated 2,000 crore rupees to install public charging stations. Now, not enough charging points has been the biggest worry for citizens wanting to switch to EVs. Let's welcome Sameer Jaiswal, founder of a young company, Charzer, which has been working for the past several years to close this gap with an innovative EV charging management platform that focuses on setting up EV charging infrastructure with zero upfront cost, or so they say. Sameer, we know that's the biggest roadblock. People are worried about not having enough charging stations. Now, 2,000 crore has been dedicated under PME Drive. Tell me, how will you complement that effort?
Uh, Let me first start by complimenting government itself. The Prime Minister e-Drive scheme, we believe, is going to be a game changer in terms of transitioning to electric vehicles faster than ever before. And the investment commitment of 2,000 crores towards almost 70,000 public fast charging stations is a very significant investment that is going to, increase the presence of public charging stations and reduce the anxiety in the minds of people for adopting EVs due to lack of charging infra. Now, as a company which is focused on setting up public charging stations, especially focused on commercial fleets and public charging, we are going to take the vision and mission that the Prime Minister has given, and we are going to accelerate our deployment of charging stations even faster, and we are looking at deploying 10,000 charging stations in the next 12 months.
How many have you been able to deploy so far? And when you say that you can enable zero cost charging infrastructure, how do you do that?
So we work primarily with organizations. We work with apartment associations, the RWAs. We work with builders. We work with offices, tech parks, and also commercial fleets. Now, commercial fleet segment is the fastest adopter of EVs. The economics are right there. The savings are right there for them, and it's environmentally beneficial. Government has been pushing very hard to the fleets to switch to EVs. And that's where we have seen that charging infra becomes a very big hurdle in their initial adoption because the capex that goes towards charging infra is very high. So suppose someone has to set up a park and charge facility for just 20 to 30 cars, the capital investment that goes towards it is almost 1 crore or more than that. So anyone who is trying to start a business, it becomes a very big hurdle if they have to switch to EVs. And hence we come in to the picture and we say that we'll take care of all the capital investment. We'll bring in our technical expertise in selecting the right charging infra, in deploying the right charging infra, and in making sure you don't have a single minute downtime so that you don't have a revenue loss. And we come in, we set it up, and we give it to them on a monthly operational model, on a monthly lease model, so that they can just go ahead and focus on their operations, on deploying vehicles and doing the commercial operations in an efficient manner.
How do you recover your costs? Because if you're making the investment, initial investment, then how do you recover your costs?
So we sign long-term contracts with these partners, whether it is a fleet company or whether it is an office. We sign 5 years to 7 years contracts with them. And just like in the solar space, there are power purchase agreements of long term. Similarly, we sign long-term contracts with these organizations where they pay us on a monthly basis based on the electricity that they use on our charging stations. And I would like to highlight that we have been growing rapidly in terms of electricity utilization. Today, every month, we are seeing a utilization of 5 lakh units. That is 500 megawatt hours of electricity utilization is happening on the platform every month, majorly powered by fleets. We are able to power 25 lakh EV kilometers every month, which is a major milestone internally that we have been tracking.
What has been the receptiveness? Who's been most receptive? Is it the commercial fleets or the RWAs? Because you know the maximum hassle, Sameer, is in RWAs. We know, we covered this 2 weeks ago, and we've been getting people to tell us that RWAs are not allowing them to put up enough charging spots and stations, not allowing them to get their private one installed. So just give me a breakup of what has been easy and what has been harder for you to crack as a market.
So all the segments are, have their own nuances. So like you rightly pointed, and in the previous segment, there was a very informative discussion on the same. RWAs are, having their own concerns around how to, go about giving permissions for setting up charging stations. Because if they give permission to each and every resident to bring in wires from their meters to their parkings to set up charging stations, Ideally, that should happen, but it becomes a big fire hazard. And it's very difficult to maintain, and not everyone is going to set up the right quality of wiring. Not everyone is going to bring in high quality technicians to do that. And that is where, as Charger, we are coming in. What we say is, we'll come in, we'll take care of everything, whether you want a shared charging facility, wherein, 3 to 5 chargers can be shared amongst all the residents, or whether you want an individual charging facility, we'll enable that. We'll take care of all the hassles of complying with the government rules. We'll take care of all the fire safety precautions, and our software ensures that everyone can have their individual charging stations while being connected to the common electricity connection, so that you don't have to pull wires from individual meters to individual parkings, thereby also escaping the fire safety issue. And then we have, load balancing systems, algorithms to make the charging efficient so that the costs are also lower for the resident.
All right, final question. There's also this competition that, people don't move their cars, I don't get the time. I believe you have an app on which you can actually check which one is free and then go to that location.
Yes, we have our mobile apps on both Android and iOS platform, where people can discover charging stations nearby. They can book the charging stations, and they can pay as well as turn on and off everything through the mobile apps.
And
But
these are
keeping in
not just
mind
your
that there are
charging stations, but they're also the other public charging infrastructure, or right now you only cover what you have put up through your app?
No, we cover other public charging stations. In fact, anyone setting up any charging station anywhere in India at any scale can actually list their charging station on our mobile app, and we drive significant traffic to their charging station so that they can start making money. And in fact, we are there in almost 400 geographies currently with charging stations from multiple charging companies. But along with just the mobile app, we have kept in mind the issues that, non-tech savvy people face when dealing with technology. So we have given the option of charging on WhatsApp itself. So you never need to download our app. You just send us a hi on WhatsApp, and everything from discovering to booking to payment can be done
Can
on
be done.
WhatsApp.
All
And we
right,
have seen
Sameer, I've run out of time, unfortunately, and I'm sure people have got enough information to actually go to Charzer website or download the app or just get connected to you on WhatsApp. But it's a great service. All the best to you and more power to your team.
thanks a lot for inviting me to your show. It's a privilege.
So 2 big developments to drive clean mobility in India, and we're going to wrap out with that on the Urban Agenda. I'm Manisha Natarajan signing off. Thank you so much for joining me.
Unique homes, uniquely placed, uniquely yours. Service tailored to your lifestyle. A global network like no other. Exceptional heritage. Pioneering expertise. Every home is one of a kind. Like you, like us. Discover your one of one. Sotheby's International Realty.